Hello, guess where I am? Okay, that's fine. All right. First of all, I had a one stand-up gig on the comic strip. You've probably seen it. If you haven't, then you clearly don't like me, and I don't blame you. But yeah, there was one particular incident I kind of wanted to get off my chest that I didn't get a chance to express. Not only that, but I mumbled a lot. I evidently do that in a lot of my webcasts. Probably edit over it, but as I said, kind of busy slash lazy. Mostly the latter, but we'll deal with that later. Point of the matter is, I'm going to explain the incident for all those, and well, pretty much just like one person who's probably very curious. All right, as I said, it was 1 a.m. I'm trying not to masturbate, and I'm on the internet, going, okay, you know what? I'm gonna pack it in. Close my laptop, go to sleep. Roommate's like, yeah, closing it in too. Go to sleep, separate beds. Don't know. I just want to explain that because people get weird. Anywho, it's 1 a.m. as I said. Go to sleep for like 2 hours ish, 3 hours ish. Wake up at 3 to screaming and clamoring in the apartment, which is pretty weird because they're screaming and clamoring in the apartment at 3 a.m. That's kind of up for us. And the door just kicks open. And in the doorway is a bi-spectacled Caucasian gentleman, if that's the proper term. What I'm trying to say is, random white dude kicked in my door. I see glasses and think, is this one of my roommates drunk? Then I try to get a better look at the dude and it's like, this isn't one of my roommates. This is just a random drunk dude kicking in my door. At first I think, holy crap, I'm in Boston and the Bruins clearly lost. But I'm like, no, wait, this is New York and what the hell's going on? So the gears start turning and I'm like, crap, drunk white dude in my apartment. What do I do? What do I do? First of all, cannot go to sleep because I don't want anything happening to my butt. And he's pretty much saying that Quan, whoever that is a dick. And evidently he's Asian. And my roommate happens to be Asian, so I'm like, holy crap. If he thinks he's Quan, there's going to be some kerfuffle. So I immediately get up and try to guide the Caucasian gentleman out of the room because I don't want him getting confused. Trying to figure out where he's from and failing miserably because he's incoherent and completely plastered out of his mind. I'm like, let's go find your place so you can get out of mine. And as we're leaving, he just points to a random door that the roommate's no longer using and goes, that's my room. And I'm like, no, it's not. That can't be your room. That cannot be your room because the roommate was there. He moved out, but it's not. That's not your room. He says it is. I'm uncomfortable. And while this is going on, I have Dave Chappelle in my head, just pretty much going, now, Whitney, a white man just busted in your door. And I know it's pretty frightening, but just keep your calm. Don't make any sudden movements. And for the love of God, don't turn your back on him. Don't turn your back on him. Just don't. So I think it'll be okay. I'm like, Dave, should I call the cops? Like, now that's a tricky question because if you call the cops, that's probably the right thing to do. But at the same time, you're black. So be aware of that. And I was like, Dave, you do have a point. I do not want to have crack sprinkled on me. That would be awkward. That would be awkward. However, this guy's not leaving, and I have no idea what the hell's going on here. So I'm like, this is a police situation. So I actually do call the proper authorities, and they arrive in record time, especially considering it's Washington Heights. So I'm like, wow, thank you. Oh my gosh, it must have sounded white on the phone. Hello, police. Yes, somebody's busted into my. Well, random side note. I kind of no. Part of it's kind of like, oh, if only it could have been a drunk white girl. Then it'd be like, oh snap, I know how to handle this with my penis. And Jesus is like, dude, no, drunk white guy. See, you deal with that with your penis. You're nasty trying to deal with stuff with your penis. I told you I'd get you in trouble. I know. That's a horrible joke. Actually, it's a hilarious joke. It is. It just is. But anywho, the cops arrive, and I'm like, thank goodness you're here. And they're like, what's with this guy? Why is he so drunk and plastered? And I'm like, that's why I called you, because he should not be here. It's like, what about you? What are you doing here? Like, this is my apartment. It's like, why do you look so groggy? I mean, seriously, there are beer bottles everywhere. First of all, those are his. So I'm explaining to them, the beer bottles are strewn about. Those are his. He got them from the fridge. I seriously do not know why this guy's here. And they're like, oh, really? Can we see some license and registration? Like, sure. It's like, no, yours. It's like, wait, he busted in my house. He wants to see my... So they asked for my license and registration because evidently I can't be in my own house, which is weird. They asked for the lease. They even asked for a blood sample. I'm joking about the last part. Not really. Anywho, evidently this guy also turned on the stove and tried to kill us. And it's a gas stove, so I don't know how I missed that. So, thank you, God. That was awkward. He also tried to go onto the balcony and swing into his supposed room, Spider-Man style, because evidently he thinks he's Peter Parker. I don't know why. I don't know. I swear that movie's gonna get so many white people killed. Yeah, that happened. What else transpired on that fateful night? Ironically, the cops that were asking for my identification and whatnot were black, so I was kind of like, dude, thought we were part of the struggle together. It's like, yeah, but you always date white girls. So fuck you. I was like, well, that was weird because I don't date anybody. Like, guys, two people I've dated were like Aunt Jemima and freaking my hand. Both ended in horrible failures of, well, affairs. Oh, Aunt Jemima cheated with Uncle Ben, and my hand tried to cheat with my roommate. At least that's a joke I like to tell. I think it's pretty funny, but that's just me. Anywho, so me and the cops are negotiating with Drunky McFinnigan, evidently learning from one of my other roommates that I knock on the door up and try to go, dude, what's going on here? My landlord had rented out a room to this guy, and he just happened to have been robbed and got plastered and came back. So we managed to figure all of that out. But not before we just got a lot of awkward, stern warnings from the cops. They left, and I pretty much had to give this guy my pillow and some bed sheets so he wouldn't act a fool. That he still thought Quan was a dick. Who I have no idea who Quan is. I seriously do not, but that was the incident. Afterwards, though, we had very interesting conversations about his love for Asian women and pretty much how he thinks Barack Obama is awesome, which was like, it's pretty much the reason I'm alive right now. He also tried to hit on me several times, which, like, part of me was like, dude, not, okay, pretty much all of me was like, dude, that's not even happening. Part of me was like, oh my gosh, somebody actually thinks I'm pretty. Seriously, as a dude who goes to NYU and you just say hi to every girl, it's just like, whatever, I don't care. Whatever. So, somebody thinking you're cute, it's kind of, it's a one-up. Even if it's a drunk white dude, it's like, I'll take it. I don't really care at this point. Somebody thinks this is some level of attractive. I don't want them sucking my toes, but I'm just saying, like, thank you for appreciating the aesthetic. I mean, I'm working on it, but seriously, I'm just saying. All right, yeah, some other stuff happened. Do have a little. He tried to climb out the window a second time. That was awkward. I caught him there, so it wasn't that bad. Oh man, I think it all ended about like 5 o'clock though. It was a good night. It was a good night. Rife with stand-up opportunity. I didn't get out there though because I didn't have the time, so I just wanted to let that story be told. To all of you out there, lock your windows and bolt your doors, because evidently white people get drunk here too. It's very awkward. All right, I'm gonna go now because I'm pretty sure I'm not supposed to be here. Bye!